Oh, crap. I wasn't supposed to close that, was I? Hopefully. Anywho, I'll figure that out later. No, didn't want you guys on that one, but it's okay, there's nothing showing. Don't really care. Yep. Yep. I've been testing on some of these guys too. Not testing, but... You know what's funny? You can find a lot of people's names just by trying to create an account from email addresses. I don't do that. And yeah, no, I've not ever used that for my own personal names. I do create accounts though. You never know what you're going to actually find. Because there's a lot of weirdos out there. And in my profession, if you don't know who those weirdos are, you're behind that curve. That's what threat intelligence really is, right? So anyways, where did I go with my leak code? Guy. Let's do it here. So what I'm doing is, like, I was just playing around with it, I think last night or something, and I realized that it didn't record my voice. I've been having some major problems with my mic. I don't freaking know. Probably just fat fingering everything. Meaty hands. So what I wanted to do actually was go back into the beginner portion, right? Because check it out. I bet you... So I've been working in software engineering for a while. And though I don't actively code products and stuff like that, I've worked in areas where we have to understand the languages, the constructs, how memory stacks work, and things of that nature, because of reasons. And let's go through some of these, man. And I know there's a lot of reading, stuff like that, but let's just look at some of the videos, man. So, first problem walkthrough, and if this is too basic for you, that's cool. It's not meant for you. I would really like to just, for anybody that's just thinking, what does it take to get into coding? I don't know what I'm doing or talking through. So let's watch this together a little bit. It's only about 5 minutes and 22 seconds. By the way, 22 is a great number if you like numerology, because it's fun to geek out on it. Just like anything else, it is a tool to gain a greater perspective of all the things that are around us. Anywho, and people. Right? If we only have one way of belief and only look at the things that we believe, we're not going to be able to expand past who our users are and their use cases, right? So that's user experience in a nutshell. Being able to bring, the empathy and compassion within your products to be able to do the thing. So anyways, I'm going to shut up now, and I am going to play.
Let's have a look at the problem page on LeetCode. Here you can find contests, study plans, featured problem lists, daily coding challenges, and lists of frequently asked problems by company. We'll discuss some of these features later, but for now, let's take a look at solving a problem. Let's start with something easy that's related to addition. When clicking on a problem, you will be brought to its dedicated page. On it, you will find a description of the problem, some examples, and the constraints of your input. You will also find related topics to the question.
Before your eyes start bleeding, because a lot of people don't like math, and here's something fun to know. And it didn't really make sense to me, and I don't like interviews where you have to do some weird arbitrary thing. People like me were contextual, right? Some of the most amazing interviews I've been in is where end scene, right? And then end scene, because you put yourself into that perspective. And, I would really love to share more about that, but I'll do so at a later time. In any case, because that's a whole nother topic, and I'm trying to stay on topic. It's a new thing for me. Just kidding. But in any case, a lot of engineers are so creative, right? And the way that they are creative is you take a concept from here. Oh, sorry, dog hair. Gross. Uh, from your brain, what you know, what you've learned, and every other thing. And you have a language in front of you, just like Spanish or English. And you have certain types of things that you can do. I don't know the constructs of Spanish, and I barely know the ones of English, but I'm trying to remember, right? You have various types of things that come down to numbers and these types of, until we get into, let's build, a specific kind of, I don't know, use a prompt or, interactive, right? Like the user needs to type something in here, kind of thing. And, actual programs. For these types of things, don't look at them, and this is really difficult for me because my eyes always glaze over, okay? Don't look at them as just arithmetic and, don't look at it as arithmetic and the numbers themselves. Don't think about that. Yes, you're going to have to on how you actually get it done. But before then is really the most important part. How are you building in compassion to those things, right? For me, I think of it early on. Instead of looking at me putting in one integer, which is a number, right? Generally a decimal number. But there's various things that we'll get into, that explain the different types of mathematical symbols and components. Boolean, which means true or false, stuff like that, right? And these are constructs that go across every single computer language, at least that I've been exposed to. And I'm sure there's probably stuff that's outside of that. A lot of functional languages and stuff like that are probably. And I've not ever been exposed to COBOL, but that's something that a lot of, OG coders and individuals, earned a lot of their dues in. And that's COBAL, I think? Anyways, if anybody's heard of that, the newer generations. No, but really, let's go ahead and continue, but try not to think of it just as numbers. What are we doing in general? Think about design early on. And I'm going to talk through this too because we're going to think about security early on. They don't do this at a scale for any of the education systems or anything like that. And really, if you're going to be learning any of these things, and what I've learned so far by working with very prestigious individuals at very prestigious companies, and I am a nobody. Like, seriously. I am, and I don't mean that in like, everybody's a somebody, right? I truly believe that. But I don't have all those accolades, right? And degrees. I have curiosity and tenacity. And I learn differently for me. And what I'm trying to do here is just show a little bit of that, because maybe somebody out there does too, and regular school doesn't work for them. And if anybody's interested, message me or something like that, and I can tell you about my journey. It's also documented if you look up Amanda, HONEA hyphen F as in Frank, RIAS. You'll find what I've been doing over the past number of decades. And it's always led back to the people and how we are thinking about them. So, again, not numbers. Think about it as, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish, right? Yes, I'm adding a sum and things like that. I really fundamentally believe we need to start thinking about, hey, instead of doing this, I have a table, and I have 3 people that need to sit in it, right? Some of those things, right, where we can bring in that. And that's where I think Leak Code is missing in some of this, is building in that fresh. So, my diatribe, 2 cents, here we go. Oops. Do you not like me anymore? Nay. I might have been moving around too much. Alright, where were we? Let's refresh. No, it's nada. Okay. Hmm. Okay. We'll go past that. Let's see. Hey. Ooh, what's going on? You know, I've been having such technical difficulties lately as a pain in the butt. Let me make sure I'm still streaming and stuff. Let's see. I'm streaming and I'm recording. I love Streamlabs, man. Okay, let's try one more refresh. If not, let's see. It was just working. I'll give it a second. There's a lot of patience too. When you're working with any type of code, um, type checking is a thing. I've been very fortunate to be around a lot of good type checking. Oop. Oh. My audio's... That's strange.